This video we are going to discuss about another reaction of alcohol, that is conversion of an alcohol into alkyl halide. So today we are going to discuss about conversion of these alcohols into alkyl halides. This is a very important reaction. Okay, so this transformation from alcohol to alkyl halide can be obtained with two approaches. Okay, the first approach is treatment of alcohols with halohydrates. Halohydrates means the X may be chlorine, so it may be H1 HCl, HBr, or HF, H iodine. Generally HF and HCl are not used for this conversion. So for conversion of an alcohol into alkyl halide, we will use this HX. HX is nothing hydrohalogens. And second possible way is treatment of this alcohol with treatment of alcohols with there is a reagent that is thionyl chloride in presence of pyridine. So when you treat these alcohols with thionyl chlorides in presence of pyridine, we will get the obtained alcohols are generally are chlorides. Okay, alkyl chlorides. So third possible conversion is when you treat these alcohols with PbR3 phosphorus tribromide, we will get alkyl bromides. For the conversion of alcohols into alkyl halides, these three reactions are generally used. The first is treatment of alcohols with the halohydrates or hydrohalides, and second method is treatment of alcohols with thionyl chloride in presence of pyridine. This transformation offers us alkyl chlorides. When you treat these alcohols with the phosphorus tribromide, we will obtain alkyl bromides. So all these three reactions are mechanistically called as nucleophilic substitution reaction. So conversion of alcohol into alkyl halide, the mechanism is generally via nucleophilic substitution reaction. The conversion of alcohols into alkyl halides is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. So then after this conversion of alkyl halides alcohols into alkyl halides, we will discuss about the oxidation reaction. The first we will discuss these three reactions. So what is the first? You have to know is conversion of alcohol into alkyl halide. So this reaction is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. So when you treat, so the major our aim is to convert this alcohol into alkyl halide. So this transformation can also done with directly this halogen atom. It may be chlorine, it may be bromine. So it doesn't attack this OH, as because this OH is a poor leaving group. This conversion is not possible. Such that when you treat these alcohols with nucleophilic halogens, there is no reaction, as OH is a bad leaving group. As when you, so in order to convert alcohols into alkyl halides, when you treat these alcohols with the nucleophile like halogen, like chlorine or bromine or iodine, the conversion is not possible as because OH is a bad leaving group. So in order to make this conversion possible or transformation possible, we have to convert this OH group into good leaving group. So for conversion of this OH group into good leaving group, the best method is treatment with the strong acid. These halohydrates are strong acids. Okay, HCl or HBr or HF or HI are strong acids. So when you treat these alcohols with the strong acids like strong halohydrates, we will get the alkyl halides. But when you treat these alcohols with directly a nucleophilic halogen atom, there is no reaction occurs as the hydroxyl group is a bad leaving group. So in order to convert this bad leaving group OH into a good leaving group, you have to treat this alcohol with the strong acid. So when you treat this alcohol with strong acid like HX, the HX may be a HBr or H iodine. Okay, HBr or H iodine. So the possible conversion is the possible we will get RX, alkyl halide. So example is here. Okay, CH3 CH2 OH. When you treat this with hydrogen bromide, so we will obtain CH2 bromine plus H2O plus H2O. This is the possible transformation. So example for this conversion of an alcohol into alkyl halide, when you treat ethanol with HBr, we will get ethyl bromide. So mechanism is a nucleophilic reaction. Mechanism and nucleophilic substitution. Coming to the mechanism of this transformation, it's a nucleophilic substitution reaction. The mechanism is nucleophilic substitution reaction. So we have the three categories of alcohols. That is primary alcohol, secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol. Okay, coming to the mechanism. The transformation of alcohol into an alkyl halide follows nucleophilic substitution reaction. So primary alcohols as well as methanol, this primary alcohol and methanol undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction via SN2 mechanism. And the secondary and tertiary alcohols, undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction via SN1 mechanism. So the transformation of an alcohol into an alkyl halide follows the nucleophilic substitution reaction. This primary alcohol and methanol occurs nucleophilic substitution reaction via SN2 mechanism. The secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol participates in nucleophilic substitution reaction via SN1 mechanism. So now we see the SN2 mechanism of primary and methanol. So if you take, so in order to easy comparison, I am writing in a comparative way mechanism. Okay, this methanol, we will take example ethanol as an example for mechanism. CH3 CH2 OH. When you treat this with HBr, we will get CH3 CH2 Br plus H2O. Okay, so the first step in mechanism is protonation of the alcohol. First step in mechanism is the protonation of the alcohol such that CH3 CH2 OH. Okay, it attacks this So I will rewrite the structure for understanding. So okay, CH3 C OH hydrogen So this electronegative oxygen atom attacks this hydrogen atom and bromine groups leaves and we will get an protonated alcohol. Okay, so protonated alcohol, otherwise hydrogen CH3. Okay, protonated alcohol. The leaving here in the first step, whenever an electronegative oxygen atom attacks this HBr, this hydrogen atom will be taken by this OH group to form OH2 plus, and bromine groups remains as Br minus. So it's a good leaving group. Bromine is a very good leaving. It's a very good nucleophile. Bromine is a very good nucleophile. In this step, what happens means the alcohol attacks this hydrobromide and it takes hydrogen and leaves the bromine as negative charge. This bromine minus is a good leaving group. It's a good leaving group. Good nucleophile. It's a very good nucleophile. As it's a good nucleophile, this bromine atom attacks this carbon atom. Bromine atom as a nucleophile, this attacks this carbon atom, and this OH2 is a very good leaving group. So the OH is converted into a good leaving group. It leaves from the molecule. It leaves away from the molecule. So whenever this good nucleophilic bromine atom attacks this carbon atom, which having the OH2 as a good leaving group, as it attacks, the OH2 group leaves away from the carbon atom. So attacking of the nucleophile and leaving of the leaving group occurs within a single step. That's why it is called as SN1 mechanism. So in SN1 mechanism, both attack of nucleophile and leaving of the leaving group occurs simultaneously. So this is the key identification step in SN1 mechanism. In SN1 mechanism, attack of nucleophile and as well as leaving of the leaving group occurs simultaneously. So in the reaction medium, we have bromine. It is formed by attack of this alcohol in hydrogen bromide. This bromine nucleophile in the reaction medium, when it attacks this carbon atom, the good leaving group OH2 moves away from this carbon atom and forms CH3 CH2 bromine. Okay, so this is the way of conversion of an alcohol into alkyl halide. As this primary alcohol and methanol undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction via SN2 mechanism. So SN2 mechanism. It's an SN2 mechanism. In the SN2 mechanism, you have to remember key point. Always remember in SN2 mechanism, attack of nucleophile and leaving group occurs simultaneously or it's a very important characteristic of SN2 mechanism is the attack of nucleophile leaving of leaving group occurs simultaneously, or this both steps occurs in single step. In a single step, this both reactions are possible. Attack of nucleophile and as well as leaving of leaving group, both this transformation happens within a single step. That is called as SN2 mechanism. So I forgotten as I in the previous explanation I said that it is an SN1, but it is an SN2 mechanism. So primary alcohol and methanol generally undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction via SN2 mechanism. In the SN2 mechanism, attack of nucleophile and leaving of the leaving group occurs simultaneously or in a single step. But in SN1 mechanism, attack of nucleophile takes place in one step and attack of leaving group takes place in another step. So SN1 is a two-step mechanism and SN2 is a one-step mechanism. SN2 is a one-step mechanism. It is also key feature of SN2 mechanism. So SN2 mechanism is a one-step mechanism. One-step mechanism. So this SN1 SN2 reactions are I will explain when you study about the alkyl halides. So this conversion of an alcohol into alkyl halides follows nucleophilic substitution reaction. Primary alcohol and as well as methanol is also in primary alcohol. Both occurs nucleophilic. Both participates in nucleophilic reaction via SN2 mechanism. But coming to secondary alcohols and tertiary alcohols, they participates in nucleophilic substitution reaction via SN2 mechanism. So, sorry, SN1 mechanism. So now we will discuss about SN1 mechanism. SN1 mechanism. So coming to the SN1 mechanism, this SN1 mechanism generally favored by the secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol. So we will take this is a CH3, okay. So in presence of HBr, this oxygen, it is a secondary alcohol, tertiary alcohol. There is a hydrogen here, okay. It's a secondary alcohol. Whenever a secondary alcohol is treated with the HBr and strong acid, so this oxygen atom attack this proton and it undergoes protonation. The bromine leaves as Br minus, and in the reaction medium two species are formed. So one is CH3, OH2 plus OH. So instead of writing this hydrogen here, I am writing here, okay. So OH2 plus. So after that, as it is formed, the leaving groups leaves. So this is the oxygen intermediate. So as this OH2 is a good leaving group, it leaves away from the OH2, leaves away from this molecule and forms carbocation CH3. There is a hydrogen here, carbocation. The intermediate is carbocation. This is the step 1 of the reaction. So this is the possible transformation. So whenever a secondary alcohol treated with the strong acids like HBr or HCl or H iodine, the OH group will be protonated. The OH group of the alcohol will be protonated. Br minus leaves as leaving group. Br minus leaves as leaving groups. In this reaction medium we also have Br minus. So as this secondary, in the secondary carbon, when this is attached with the leaving group like good leaving group like this water molecule, this secondary carbocation formation is favorable. So OH group leaves away from this carbon atom and forms a carbocation, secondary carbocation. So secondary carbocation. So on the secondary carbocation, in the reaction medium we also have bromine atom. So bromine is a good nucleophile. It attacks this carbocation and forms a sigma bond, and we will get CH3 carbon, hydrogen, bromine. So this suggests that secondary and tertiary alcohols undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction via SN1 mechanism. So SN1 mechanism is a two-step mechanism. Coming to the SN2 mechanism is a one-step mechanism. So the most important steps in substitution reactions is the attack of nucleophile and leaving of the leaving group. That is the two important steps in the SN1 mechanism. Substitution mechanism. So coming to the SN2 mechanism, the attack of nucleophile and leaving of the leaving groups occurs simultaneously. But coming to the SN1 mechanism, the leaving of the leaving group occurs in one step and attack of the nucleophile occurs in second step. So this formation of leaving of the leaving group is the step 1, and attack of the nucleophile on formed carbocation is the step 2. So SN1 mechanism is a two-step mechanism. Two-step mechanism. So this alcohols, in order to transform these alcohols into alkyl halides, so they have to treat with the strong acids like HBr or H iodine. So whenever you treat these alcohols with the HBr or H iodine, they will form corresponding alkyl halides via nucleophilic substitution reaction mechanism. If the alcohol is in primary alcohol or methanol, it undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction via SN2 mechanism. Secondary and tertiary alcohols undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction via SN1 mechanism. So SN2 mechanism is a one-step mechanism, and SN1 mechanism is a two-step mechanism. This is about nucleophilic substitution reaction with alkyl halides. But so here you have to remember is this. You have to remember that chlorine is an HCl is not an otherwise the chlorine is not a good leaving group. So no need, it's enough. Okay. So coming to the next reaction, conversion of alcohols. So coming to the next reaction, conversion of alcohol into alkyl halides, particularly alkyl chlorides. Conversion of an alcohol into alkyl chloride with the help of SnCl to SOCl2 in presence of pyridine. So now we will discuss about conversion of this alcohol. Now when you treat an alcohol with thionyl chloride in presence of strong base like pyridine, we will obtain alkyl chlorides. So this is a very important transformation for to get alkyl chlorides. So when you treat these alcohols with alkyl chloride, HCl, when you treat this alcohols with HCl, as this chlorine is a weak nucleophile, the transformation not occurs. So when you treat alcohols with the HCl, As the chlorine is a very weak nucleophile, the transformation will be very slow or sometimes not occurs. So the best alternative for this transformation of an alcohol into alkyl chloride, the best possible reagent is thionite chloride in presence of pyridine. As because this alcohols, whenever treated with the HCl, as the chlorine is a weak nucleophile, the transformation is not possible. To make this transformation possible, otherwise to convert alcohol into an alkyl chloride, the best way is treatment of this alcohols with thionyl chlorides in presence of pyridine. And also we can also convert this make this alcohols into alkyl chlorides with the help of HCl by using Lewis acids also, but we are not discussing here the transformation. So to convert, otherwise I am writing a note. To convert alcohols into alkyl chloride, we can use HCl, but as HCl, this chlorine has a weak nucleophile, the reaction is not occurs or very slow. Okay, so for this, the best alternatives for the transformation of an alcohol into alkyl chloride are two possible mechanisms are there. The first is treatment of alcohols with HCl in presence of Lewis acid. In presence of Lewis acids like ZnCl2. Lewis acid, example ZnCl2. We can transform this alcohol into chlorine, alkyl halide. I am explaining once again. When you treat an alcohol with HCl, as the chlorine is a weak nucleophile, the transformation is very slow or otherwise not occur. So the best alternative for this, to get this transformation, the best alternative is treatment of this alcohol with HCl in presence of Lewis acids. You will get this alkyl chloride, and otherwise you can get this alkyl halide with treatment of alcohols with thionyl chloride SOCl2 in presence of pyridine. You will get alkyl chlorides and alkyl chloride. So now we see the mechanism of this conversion of this alcohol into alkyl chloride. So whenever you treat an alcohol with thionyl chloride SOCl2, so it is written as Cl S double bond O. This electronegative oxygen atom attacks this sulfur atom. As a result, the chlorine leaves away from the sulfur atom. So whenever you treat this alcohol with thionyl chloride, the electronegative oxygen atom attacks this electropositive sulfur atom, and as a result, this chlorine atom leaves away from this thionyl chloride and forms we are writing mechanism and forms RO hydrogen plus charge sulfur double bond O Cl plus Cl minus. So in the reaction medium along with the thionyl chloride, we have a strong base, that is pyridine. This pyridine is a very strong base, strong aromatic nitrogen base. This abstract this proton, this hydrogen. As a result, the electrons present in OH bond, this electrons as this strong base abstract this hydrogen without any electrons. The electrons present in this oxygen hydrogen bond shifted to the oxygen, okay, shifted to the oxygen. Shifted to the oxygen. So, okay. So it forms, and we will get RO S double bond O Cl, RO double bond O S double bond O Cl, okay. So then this nucleophilic chlorine atom present in the reaction medium attack this alkyl group, and this leaving group leaves away from the alkyl group and forms alkyl chloride plus SO2 plus Cl, okay. So as it moves, this oxygen moves this direction, the chlorine moves away. You have to write another arrow also. So once again I'm explaining this mechanism, okay. So whenever you treat an alcohol with the thionyl chloride, this electronegative oxygen atom attacks this electropositive sulfur atom. As a result, chlorine leaves away from the molecule, and we will get this structure. We will get this intermediate. So whenever you treat this intermediate with a strong aromatic base, it abstracts this hydrogen atom, and so there is no movement of electrons. Sorry, I forgot to written. So this strong base abstract this hydrogen with the electrons in this oxygen hydrogen bond, and we will get this molecule. So whenever the reaction medium also contains this chlorine atom, it's a very good nucleophile. So it's a nucleophile. It's not a weak nucleophile, not a good nucleophile, but this is a very good leaving group. So chlorine is a weak nucleophile. This composition is a strong leaving group. So when any molecule having strong leaving group, even though a weak nucleophile attacks, will results leaving of the strong leaving group. So this weak nucleophile attack results leaving of this strong leaving group and forms alkyl chloride. This is about conversion of an alcohol into an alkyl chloride. Now we will discuss about conversion of alcohols into alkyl bromides with the help of PbR3. It is alcohol. The reagent used is phosphorus tribromide, and obtained molecule, the product is alkyl bromide. So when you treat an alcohol like CH3 CH2 OH with PbR3, we will get CH3 CH2 Br. So ethyl bromide. So this is an example. The mechanism is similar to the mechanism of the thionyl chloride. I am not explaining. So this is about nucleophilic reactions of alkyl chlorides to form alkyl halides. So next we will discuss about oxidation reactions of the alcohol. So when you treat an alcohol with oxidizing reagent, so the formed product will be a carbonyl compound, so remember that oxidation of alcohol favors the formation of carbonyl compounds. Whenever an alcohol is oxidized, it will be converted into a carbonyl compound. Particularly it happens on, so this is OH, so this carbon has an hydrogen, it must has hydrogen CH3. Okay, so this is the alcohol. So whenever you treat an alcohol with the oxidizing agent, this carbon hydrogen bond will be converted into carbon oxygen bond. We may have here OH. Okay, this is called as carbonyl carbon. So whenever an alcohol is treated with the hydrogen present on hydroxy bearing carbon atoms will be converted into an oxygen atom. Otherwise this carbon hydrogen bond will be replaced by carbon oxygen double bond. So carbon oxygen double bond. So in order to transform alcohol into a carbonyl compound, the carbon atom bearing OH group must have hydrogen atom. So in order to transform alcohol into a carbonyl compound, this OH bearing or having carbon atom must have an hydrogen atom. In order to transform an alcohol into a carbonyl compound, hydroxyl group bearing carbon atom must have an hydrogen atom to transform it into an carbonyl group. So whenever a primary alcohol undergone oxidation, otherwise whenever you treat a primary alcohol with oxidizing reagent, when a primary alcohol undergoes oxidation, it gives aldehyde or carboxylic acid. So in order to, whenever an alcohol undergone oxidation reaction, it will produce aldehyde or carboxylic acid. Whenever you treat a secondary alcohol on oxidation, so we will get ketones as products. When you treat a tertiary alcohol on oxidation, so we see that structure of the tertiary alcohol, there is an OH group, CH3. This is a tertiary butyl alcohol. So in this tertiary butyl alcohol, there is no hydrogen atom. You see, there is any possibility of having hydrogen atom on this carbon atom? No, there is no hydrogen atom. As a result, not oxidized. This tertiary alcohol is not oxidized, as there is no hydrogen atom on carbon atom having hydroxyl groups. So secondary alcohol, you see the secondary alcohol structure, COH, hydrogen, CH3. This secondary alcohol have hydrogen. But tertiary alcohol no hydrogen. And primary alcohol already discussed, it has two hydrogens. So these tertiary alcohols on oxidation doesn't produce any products. So on oxidation of primary alcohols, we will obtain aldehydes or carboxylic acids as product. When a secondary alcohol is undergone oxidation, it will produce ketones. But tertiary alcohols, as because it doesn't have an hydrogen, it generally doesn't undergoes any oxidation reaction. So tertiary alcohols never undergoes oxidation. So this is about the introduction to the oxidation of alcohol. So now the reagents, best reagents for oxidation of alcohols are reagents for oxidation of alcohols. So what are the best oxidizing reagents to transform alcohol into carbonyl compounds are the chromium metal oxidant. There the best reagent is CrO3, chromium trioxide, and second reagent is Na2, Cr2O7, third is K2Cr2O7. Okay, these are the best oxidizing reagents. But this chromium trioxide, this sodium dichromo oxide, this potassium dichromo oxide, all these requires aqueous acids. Requires aqueous acids like H2SO4 plus H2O. Requires, in order to show their oxidizing power, they requires H2SO4 plus H2O. H2SO4 plus H2O requires. In order to show their oxidizing power, these three reagents require H2SO4 and H2O. So they participate, these three reagents participate in oxidation reaction only in presence of H2SO4 and H2O. So there is another reagent PCC called as pyridinium chlorochromate. It's simply called as PCC. This PCC reagent doesn't require H2SO4, H2O to show its oxidizing activity. PCC is a pyridinium chlorochromate. They both three reagents like chromium trioxide, disodium dichromate, and potassium dichromate. These three reagents require H2SO4 and H2O to act as oxidizing reagent. But the fourth reagent PCC, it is called as pyridinium chlorochromate, doesn't require any acid and water to show its oxidizing reactivity. So this is the best reagent among the four reagents. The best selective reagent for the transformation of an alcohol into a carbonyl compound. Now we'll see the mechanism of this oxidation reaction. Mechanism. With chromium reagents. So chromium reagent. So first write the structure of an alcohol. COH hydrogen CH3. So the reagent chromium trioxide we will take C double bond O. Okay. So the oxidation state of this chromium is 6 plus. Oxidation state of this chromium is 6 plus. Okay, so this electronegative oxygen atom attacks this electropositive chromium atom. As a result, it forms hydrogen. This electronegative oxygen atom attacks this electropositive chromium atom. It forms, the complex will be formed. Okay, so we'll get oxygen get positive charge, it will be attached to chromium, it moves. Okay, O minus, double bond O, another hydrogen, CH3. Then a proton transfer reaction occurs. Then the next step is proton transfer. So what happens? So I also have hydrogen. Okay, which group? Okay, so this oxygen here have positive charge, but oxygen already have 2 bonds. Additional bond is with the hydrogen, so this is the weak bond among the 3 bonds. So oxygen not interested to have this hydrogen atom, so this hydrogen atom will be transferred to this oxygen atom. So what happens then? There is a formation of CH3, CrOH, as a proton is transferred from this electropositive oxygen atom to the electronegative oxygen atom, and it forms this intermediate. Okay, C double bond O, and another C double bond O. Okay, so the next step is this carbon hydrogen is an acidic hydrogen. This hydrogen is an acidic hydrogen. The water present in the reaction medium abstract this hydrogen atom. So water in the reaction medium abstract this hydrogen atom. So these electrons in this carbon hydrogen bond will be shifted to the carbon oxygen bond, and this chromate group leaves away from this oxygen atom. This is called as chromate ester. The name of this intermediate is chromate ester. So whenever a chromate ester come in contact with the water in the reaction medium, this water is enough to abstract this hydrogen atom, and the electrons present in this carbon hydrogen bond will be shifted to the carbon oxygen bond, and this oxygen chromium bond will be broken and forms C double bond O hydrogen CH3. It's an aldehyde. So this is the mechanism of oxidation of alcohol with chromium trichromium reagents. So once again I explain the mechanism. Whenever an alcohol interacts with the chromium oxidizing reagent, the electronegative oxygen atom attacks this electropositive chromium atom, and this oxygen will shift its electrons to here and form this intermediate. As this carbon, as this oxygen has 3 bonds, but oxygen doesn't interest to have 3 bonds and it doesn't want to carry positive charge. So among the 3 bonds, carbon oxygen bond, oxygen chromium bond, oxygen hydrogen bond, this bond is a weak bond. So this bond will be broken and this proton will be transferred to this electronegative negative charge carrying oxygen atom and forms chromate ester and forms a chromate ester. This chromate ester, whenever exposed to the water in the reaction medium, this water is an base. It abstracts this proton of this carbon atom next to the oxygen atom, and the electrons present in this carbon hydrogen bond shifted to the carbon oxygen bond, and this chromate group leaves away from this oxygen atom and forms aldehyde and forms an aldehyde. This is the mechanism of this oxidation reaction. And you have to, there is an important point here is this, there is a formation of CrOH double bond O. We are starting, this chromium atom has 6 plus oxidation state. So but this will have 4 plus oxidation state. So Cr6 plus oxidation metal is converted to Cr4 plus oxidation state. So this oxidation reagent undergoes reduction. So this reaction is used for detection of blood alcohol. So now we will discuss about the application of this oxidation of alcohol. Coming to the application. So coming to the applications, this reaction, that's it, oxidation of alcohol into aldehydes, is used for detection of, used to detect blood alcohol levels of alcohols in the blood. Okay, so whenever an alcohol undergone oxidation into aldehyde in presence of chromium oxidizing reagent, the oxidation state of chromium 6 plus changes into 6 chromium 4 plus. That's that this chromium undergoes reduction. Whenever an alcohol undergone oxidation with chromium reagents, the alcohol will be oxidized to the aldehydes, and the oxidizing reagent, chromium reagent, it will be reduced. So the oxidation number of chromium here is 6 plus, but here is 4 plus. It will be reduced. This reduction of this chromium metal is used for detection of alcohol in the blood. How we already seen in so many movies. In the whenever the police want to test alcohols in the drivers, so you already know that. So in movies, the police stop the heroine or villain to check the alcohol level. Then the policeman asked the driver or a driving person to blow air into a device, and the device, if the person is alcoholic, if he blows this, when he blows air into the device shows a transformation of color. Based upon the color transformation, they will decide that the person is alcoholic or non-alcoholic. So this oxidation reaction of alcohol is used for making of that device. So this reaction is used for alcohol testing device making. This is the principal reaction involved in alcohol testing machine. So in the alcohol testing machine we have a small tube. A small tube is here, and there is a balloon here will be there. So when a person exhales or blow air from his mouth, the air enters into the tube and reaches the balloon also. So this balloon is filled with, when a person blow air into this device. The device contains a tube and a balloon. A balloon is filled with the exhaled air, that is blowed air. And also this tube contains an oxidizing reagent, that is potassium dichromooxide and H2SO4. So if you want to test in whether the person is taking alcohol or not taking alcohol, so if you want to know, take the device to that person and ask him to blow the air into the device. Whenever the person blows air into the device, this device has a tube. This tube contains an oxidizing reagent. So whenever if he is alcoholic, definitely the air coming from his mouth have alcohol. Will have alcohol. This alcohol will uses this reagent and convert it becomes aldehyde or ketone. So whenever alcohol is exposed to this oxidizing reagent, it will be converted into aldehyde and ketone, as well as this chromium metal will be reduced to less oxidation state chromium metal. So if you see the color of this Cr6+, the color is red color. Whenever this chromium metal is reduced, the color of the produced lower oxidized state chromium metal is green color. So if the whatever the air blowed by the person having alcohol, this alcohol converts chromium 6+ into chromium 3+. This color of the chromium is red color. The color of the chromium is green color. So this color change will help us to detect whether a person is alcoholic or non-alcoholic. If the person is alcoholic, the alcohol convert this chromium metal 6+ oxidized state into chromium metal 3+ oxidized state. The color of the 6+ oxidized state is red color. Color of the chromium is 3+ is green color. This color change will help us to whether the person is alcoholic or non-alcoholic. If the produced color is more, if the produced green color is more produced, then the person is more alcoholic. This is the principle used in detection of used in alcohol testing device. So once again explaining, the alcohol testing device contains a tube in which the tube is filled with the oxidizing reagent, that is potassium chromate and H2SO4. Whenever a person exhales air into this tube, the tube contains this oxidizing reagent. Whenever oxidizing reagent coming in contact with the alcohol will be converted into aldehyde ketone, and this oxidation state of this chromium metal also reduced. So generally the color of the chromium in non-reduced form is Cr6+. Whenever it is reduced into Cr3+, the color changes from red color to green color. This color change will This color change is used to detect whether the person is alcoholic or non-alcoholic. Alcoholic or non-alcoholic. If the person is alcoholic, the alcohol present